much like baseball, trading is a game of mistakes. Okay, like no one trades perfectly. At the end of the day, no matter how much, every trading book you read, every YouTube video you watch, every webinar you will attend, you'll know that it's a game of mistakes. And the reason I mentioned baseball to the sports fans, you've heard that before. The team that makes the fewer mistakes wins the game, and that it's a game of mistakes, and trading is the same. Now, with trading, much like sports, if you can minimize those mistakes, that's how you become successful over time. And it takes a while, it takes a while, but the more you can focus on managing those and accepting those mistakes. Remember, one thing I like to say is a lot of people like to blame a lot of different stuff for trading losses. They like to blame the market makers. They like to blame the broker. Oh, it's all Robinhood's fault. The pumpers, the dumpers, the hedge funds, the PDT. At the end of the day, all of these things could possibly influence your trades, but the most important and the biggest thing affecting your trading is that man or woman in the mirror. You need to manage your ego, manage your emotions, and just simply be okay with being wrong. Okay, like it's not fun. No one likes it. You get in an argument with your wife or your husband and you're wrong. It doesn't feel good. Nobody likes it. But you're wrong, and the quickest way to improving your relationship with them is to be like, yep, you're right. I was wrong. I forgot to take out the trash, okay? But you know what? Next week, I'll take it out on time. Mrs. Bohen yelled at me about that just the other day, actually. But anyway, the point is, what happens when you start making these mistakes is people start to double down, okay? And these are the three biggest things that I see people doing when things aren't going well. So if things aren't going well, the very first thing before I get into problems is if you're struggling, biggest thing is trade less and smaller size. Like that is one of the first things is people start trading more often and more size when they're struggling. When you trade more and when you trade bigger size is when things are going well. Like you got to know when to put the pedal to the metal and when to pump the brakes. So the big mistakes I see, over trading. As I mentioned, like you lost in the morning, you lost in the afternoon, which can happen. I mean, it's 2 losing trades in a day is not terrible. It happens. We look for consistent long-term success. We don't micromanage, day by day. But what happens is you now had 2 losing trades yesterday, 2 losing trades today. So you think, okay, trading 6 times is better. Like if you can't consistently win, if you can't consistently make money, trading more is actually the exact opposite. You're literally pouring gasoline onto a fire, and it's just going to blow up in your face. It's going to get worse. So if you find yourself in a slump and you find yourself trading more, man, that's where you pump the brakes and be like, you know what? I'm going to trade once a day. Maybe I'm not even going to trade at all. Maybe I'm like today, nothing checks all my boxes. I'm just going to watch and observe, maybe even paper trade. So be very careful with that over trading. I've seen people have a lot of success, then they kind of flatline in their profit chart, and then they start trickling a little bit lower, and then things go south real fast. And you'll look at, like when you look at their data, because they're tracking it, hopefully you are, you're like on the upswing, they were trading once a day, and on the downswing, they're trading 5 times a day. So they're just accelerating that decline. Scale back, trade less. Next is the classic one, and it's just risk management, keeping your losses small. And I get it. I'm sure many of you are struggling. That's probably why you're on this video. You're like, hey, I'm taking big losses. How do I fix it? And this is one of those things I say, it's very Jocko Willink. If you follow me, you know my love for Jocko. But when people will ask Jocko, how do you get up in the morning every day at 4:45 Eastern? And if you know Jocko, hopefully my impression is good. He'll just be like, get up early. And they're like, how do I go to bed on time? Go to bed on time. How do I eat right? Eat right. And that's like but a lot of people make fun of it. But at the end of the day, it's true. It's like if you want to keep your losses small, then when you're down $100, you cut it. You don't wait for it to be down $1,000. So the reason I bring up the Jocko quote is when people come to me and they're like, Tim, how do I quit taking big losses? That's when I do the Jocko impersonation. I'm just like, quit it. Have a level on your chart that you know is where you're going to stop out. Have a dollar amount. Like a lot of people, especially with smaller accounts, I think the dollar amount kind of works better for them. Like, have a max stop loss. It could be 50 bucks. It could be 100 bucks. If you have a bigger account, maybe it's 1,000, maybe it's 10 grand if you have a bigger account. But have a number where that's it. And I don't care what the news is. I don't care what's going on in the world. I'm down 100 bucks. I got it written on my wall that right now my max stop loss is 100, and I'm looking at my P&L and it's a red 99.99, and I need to move on because my commitment to myself, my commitment to my future, my commitment to my trading account is right now in my journey. I will not lose 100 bucks. Now, or more than 100 bucks. Now I know what you're going to say. Oh, but Tim, sometimes they reverse. So be it. Yeah, sometimes stocks stop you and then they reverse. But I am telling you, making good decisions, sticking to your trade plan, you will get rewarded over time. You're probably going to make a trade 5 minutes from this video. It's going to come back to your 100 bucks, stop you out, and then explode 1,000%. And you're going to come on the comments and call me an idiot. Hey, man, Mrs. Bowen calls me an idiot all the time. I'm used to it. But the point is, good decision making is rewarded over time. And if you don't have that max stop loss, they don't always reverse. Sometimes they go straight in the basement. And now half of your account is gone in 10 minutes. Something another trading quote I love. When those stocks hit your stop in reverse and you're frustrated, I like to say, I'd rather be wishing I was in versus wishing I was out. One more time. I'd rather be wishing I was in versus wishing I was out. So if I had to choose what was going to happen in that scenario, stock hits the stop and explodes higher, I'd rather be sitting there, man, dang it, they stopped me and it ran, versus I don't honor my max stop loss and now I'm down half my account. Think about it. Which would you rather have? To me, I almost like seeing the stock reverse. Now hear me out. Because at least then you're like, okay, I was right. Now maybe my stop was too tight, maybe some news came out, but look at that thing go. I was on the right place. People get such a negative mindset too much. And again, I know you're like, oh, I could have made 1,000 bucks. But the point is, be excited. Okay, I got stopped this time, but I was in the right place at the right time. I'd rather be wishing I was in versus wishing I was out. Last, and really one of the biggest things that you have to never, ever, ever do, and we basically call it chasing losses or adding to losers, okay? If you're on this channel, you know we mostly, when it comes to day trading, now we do swing trading, et cetera, at StocksToTrade, but when you're talking day trading, you're mostly talking low price stocks, stocks that shoot up big and pull back fast. And one thing you got to realize, and listen, it's the best way to grow an account by far. If you look around, the most successful traders trade these stocks because they're the ones that can go 200, 400, 500,000%. But one thing you can never do, and maybe you're doing it, you can never add to a loser, okay? These stocks, if you're, like say you buy the breakout and it pulls back hard and you start adding, hoping for the bounce, all you're doing is increasing your losses. Because if you've traded these low price stocks, when the momentum shifts, they almost never bounce, okay? So a story I always tell is like, listen, if you're a longer term investor and you're down on your Apple position, okay, Apple, biggest company in the world, arguably one of the most successful companies in history. If let's say you bought some at 190 and it's trading at 180 and you're like, I'm gonna average down. That's Apple. Okay, like you're not going to get destroyed doing that in a stock like Apple or Microsoft or Google or Tesla or Nvidia. So what people do though, and that's actually a good idea. Like, listen, these are the most successful, biggest companies in the world. Nvidia's up 400% in a year. Those are the types of stocks that you average down on. It's a good strategy, but that does not translate to day trading momentum stocks. Because what happens is all you do by adding to your position is magnify your losses, okay? So last point, and it's easy, okay? Like this one's really easy. You can put it on a Post-it. Never add to a loser in day trading low price stocks. Add to a winner, okay? If you buy the stock at $1 and it's got clear upside, it's ran in the past, Maybe add some more to $1.25. Maybe add some more to $1.50, and then and then look to sell the rip into 2. That's different. If you're adding to losers in day trading, low price stocks, all you're doing, the only thing you're doing is compounding your losses. You're accomplishing nothing else. So add to your Apple on dips, add to your Tesla on dip. Don't do it in low price stocks. So we talked a lot about strategies on these guys. And I thank you for being here. Definitely like, subscribe, share with your friends. But if you're looking to take it to the next level, I do 2 webinars a day, every single day in the Daily Income Trader system. Bryce Toohey, millionaire trader, does webinars. Matt Monaco, multi-million-dollar trader, does webinars in the system. If you're real, I mean, listen, there's a limit to what I can tell you in a 10-minute YouTube video. If you really want to take it to the next level, check out the Daily Income Trader system. When you click that link below, you're not committing to anything. It's a 100% free webinar where you see everything we do live. Typically, they're about an hour long. If there's a lot of questions, I've seen 2-hour-long free webinars because there's so many people there and so many questions. So there's basically no risk. You can pick a time that works for you. We do them in the morning, the evening, weekends. Check them out if you really want to take your trading to the next level.